Hey everybody, it's me, Kai Man, and I just want to share something with you. In the background, you might hear my son laughing. He's watching something. He's playing with my dog. They're being silly back there. But I want to share something that's serious with you guys. I'm gonna be vulnerable, and I'm gonna really share my heart, and tears may fall. And having said that, I have not throughout my life been a person who cries all the time. I've been a person who has decided to keep going no matter what. And a lot of times when you keep going and you don't sit and you don't allow yourself to experience or to feel all the feelings that come with each of the experiences, you have to do it eventually. And so my eventually has come. And I don't know if it's been for the past 2 years. It feels like it that I've been in this particular space for about 2 years. But I know for sure that um, the pandemic it has allowed me to really release a lot of emotions, trapped emotions. And it just comes on. No, wherever it is that I am, it just comes on. And how it has come on is usually that I'm driving around. Well, I have to say this. I have several streams of income. I make my money all kind of different ways. I do websites. I manage social media accounts for a couple of different companies. I do publishing. I help people publish their books. Do coaching. I do astrology sessions. I wouldn't call them readings. I don't like to call them readings. I do astrology sessions. I have a line of teas that I sell. And I also do DoorDash, a couple nights a week, like on the weekends. And so I said all that so that you'll have some context into who it is that I am and what it is that I do. So the reason why I do all of these different things is because it allows me the freedom to sit and do a video. It allows me the freedom to not be at a job 9 to 5 and not be able to come home and to do the things that are important for me. It allows me to be able to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do all my work for that day, and to be able to relax or whatever. It allows for all that. It allows for me to go home and spend a couple of weeks, with a newborn baby that was, just born. It allows for me to be able to spend 5 months in Florida because, of a pandemic or whatever. Um, it allows me to travel and to hang out with my partner and to have new memories, great memories. It allows for all of those things. And so what the pandemic has really allowed for is a lot of healing within me. It's been a space of where things have slowed down a lot. And so in my not so distant past, I used to move around, everything was quickly. Everything that I did, was quick. And so lately I have not been able to be in that particular space, which is it's totally been a gift. It's really been a gift to be able to slow down and to relax and to be in the moment and to release some things that have happened in my past, certain things that I probably have shoved so far down that um, I didn't even remember that they happened. And so, saying that, when I was in Florida last year during the time of COVID, I was driving around. my niece had a company called Live, and part of her company, I was selling some of my like herbal remedies as well. And so I would be driving around, dropping off, either elderberry, sea moss, or whatever. And I'd get in certain spots of the city, and tears would just rain down on me. Emotions would just come so quickly, just by seeing a particular area that I've been in, or maybe I spent a lot of time in. One of the areas is, I don't know what it's called now, but then it was called Manor, Brookside Manor. And I would spend weekends there, and the emotions that from that particular time just came over me. It just washed over me. And tears just began to flow. And I don't know if tears began to flow because it wasn't a traumatic experience, being there. I think I was like just reliving some of the moments, and I still haven't fully grasped what it all means. But being driving through past there, and having those feelings, and allowing myself to really just cry for whatever reasons, for whatever it was. There was a time when I was driving past the old projects in Fort Myers, and I spent a lot of time there, and I've had a really, um I don't know if I want to call it bad. I've had a traumatic experience. And I'm only saying traumatic because there's some trauma behind it. Things that happen to all of us, many of us, um, end up being some traumatic experiences. But if we don't talk about them, if we don't get them out, they become stuck or trapped energy within us. And so passing through there, and just again crying and releasing some of the energy. Going to my sister's house, there was such um, energy for me in that particular space. And I never said anything to my niece. I never said well, only to my niece or to my son. I didn't say anything to either one of them. These are just experiences that, I've had in that space, and I allowed myself to have them. There was a time when I was looking for some elderberry. So I'm trying to find herbal shops. And I was driving down McGregor Boulevard and releasing energy there because I spent some time in that particular area as well. And so for me, there was a lot of reasons why I didn't go home as much as I should have or that I could have. There were so many experiences that I've had there, that not that they weren't great experiences. Some were traumatic, and some were experiences that I I could forget, and it wouldn't be a problem. But then there were some great things that happened as well. So not only was I having tears from some of the things that were traumatic or some things that were sad, I also was releasing some of the energy from some good moments, and seeing where people who are no longer there anymore. Maybe they've died, Luella. Maybe they've died, Aunt Lois. Maybe they've died, Mama. Maybe they're no longer there anymore, and to pass by their homes and to remember some of the experiences that I had with them, um, allowed me to release some of the energy, and I'm still releasing. I don't think I've gotten all of that energy out, but um, a couple days ago, or was it no yesterday? A couple days ago, yesterday, time is all over the place for me. But yesterday, I was doing DoorDash because I do DoorDash on the weekends. And so yesterday I was doing DoorDash, and I drove into this apartment complex. I got an order, went and got the order, and then it tells you where you go. And I was like, oh, that's my old neighborhood. So, I drive through there and I'm looking. It's such a vast apartment complex, and they have all different types of apartments, townhouses, apartments, condos, whatever. And as I'm driving through, and I'm like, God, I didn't remember that was so many apartments here. And I kind of got lost. And when I got lost, I ended up on the other side, way away from where this woman lived. And so I had to call her, and she told me she had to look herself. She didn't even know what building she was in. So she had to look herself. And then she told me what building that she was in. And so I drove past, where I lived. And I didn't even pay attention to, I passed the actual townhouse that I was living in. And so I went ahead and I dropped off her food. And on the way back, I noticed that, oh my God, that's where I used to live, right there on the end. And I lived there for, a couple of years. And I was all of a sudden just emotions just, and it wasn't a bad experience that I had there. It wasn't a negative experience. It wasn't that, but everything just washed over me. It was a period of struggle, and my partner at the time probably didn't even know at the time that I was struggling, And so it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't because of like her or anything like that. I was just struggling within myself. And so all of those emotions just washed over me, and I just, tears just came, and I was just like, God, like, why is this happening? And like, I don't know, universe, what's going on? Like, and I was kind of asking the questions, and I was like, don't get me wrong, I know if it's happening, I know that it must happen, and I'm okay with it, but I just want to know why, like why now, and what is all going on. But I realized that as we are stepping into newer awarenesses of consciousness, that we have to release all that old stuff before we can begin to really live within the new. And so for like, I don't know, it's probably 2 miles away. Like, this is how long that the tears are just flowing. And I was trying to really, it was not pretty at all. It was not pretty at all. It was like, oh, I was like, what is going on? like what is going on? What is happening? It was crazy. But I said all that to say is that some parts of your journey are going to be overwhelming. Some parts of your journey, tears are going to flow. Some of it is going to be sad. Some of it is going to be about trauma. Some of it is going to be about some great, amazing experiences that you had, and you're just grateful to have been able to have those emotions. And so I'm allowing myself to be vulnerable in this space because someone else may need to know that it's okay. That it's okay to allow yourself these emotions, and to even, for some people, to even say these might be some things that you might even be going through or go through on your journey. But the number one reason is for me. It's selfish, because it's healing. It's healing. It's healing for me to be able to share with other people on such a level that I understand that in this space it can look all kinds of ways, and not to have your ego to be saying you can't cry in front of these people, or you can't tell them these stories, or you can't share this information with them. Why not? Why not? If I'm helping myself, and if I'm able to help other people as well, why not? Why not be able to do that? Why not be able to allow yourself to express these emotions? Because we haven't been doing that, and so many people are so hard You know, so many people, and I'll say I was one of those people, you know, trying not to wear your heart on your sleeve, trying not to, you know, to walk in love or to express love because somebody might take advantage of it. You know, I've been in this space, and it's such a beautiful space, and it's allowing me to get some of the weight off of me. You can't go into the next level, you know, heavy. Like, you have to release some of the baggage. You have to release, you know, the load. You have to release the trapped energy, or you can't float, or you can't flow, you know, effortlessly. And in order for me to flow effortlessly, I have to release all of these things. And I have to do it in such a way that, you know, you can't come back from. You know what I mean? Like, you literally can't come back from. You have to share it with other people. You have to, you know, let people know that, you know, it's part of the journey. Tears are part of the journey. You know, releasing some of the trapped energy is part of the journey. Remembering some happy times is part of the journey as well. But I just wanted to share with you guys that, you know, during everything that I do, being able to have the freedom or the luxury to heal, and being able to, I think at this particular moment we all are given the opportunity right now to heal. I think with the pandemic, the COVID, all this COVID, all of these, you know, different things that are happening right now is allowing us the space to heal from some of the traumas that we've experienced in our lives, and to not keep rushing, and to not keep going, and not sitting in it, not, you know, allowing yourself just to be in it, and no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, to be uncomfortable or get comfortable in that uncomfortableness of just crying. Because, you know, many of us who are not, you know, criers, and I'm a water sign, we're emotional people. You know, I feel things very deeply, you know. But not allowing myself to cry, or not, you know, not allowing myself to really express any emotions has really done me in. You know, I'm 52 years old, and all these many years of kind of holding all those things in, and what you would say is keeping it together. Sometimes you have to allow it just to fall apart so that you can rebuild it in a better way. And so I've been releasing some trauma, and some experiences that of struggle of mind, struggle of spirit, struggle. Some experiences where some things have happened to me, to where, you know, most children probably go through it. You know, it's not, you know, I'm not unique in some of the experiences that I've had. A lot of people have had the same experiences, and we all deal with it differently. But I just wanted to share it, and it probably may not even make sense to you. It may not even, you know, make sense in the way that I'm sharing it, but this is a way that I've been called to share it. I think because as I heal, I'm hoping that other people are able to heal too, and to know that things that you go through, it's all right, and to allow yourself to experience it, to allow yourself to feel it, and to keep growing and to keep going. That's it. That's all.